Good day, good morning. I hope you can hear me. So I'm excited to be back. This is live number two, and I'm here because I'm chronicling my process of transformation and hopefully the things that I discover and use on myself to transform myself. Some of the ideas will help you. And maybe we can share some ideas. And you probably have some things that will help me along my journey. So please share. The idea of these lives or these or, daily chats are to be kind of like a daily report to keep myself accountable. Because I found that it's very easy for me to lose focus, get off track, and say, okay, I'll start tomorrow. And then you can tomorrow years and years can go by saying that. So I've decided that I'm going to use this as a way to stay focused and stay on track. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about briefly is where I am right now. Um, so I stepped on the scale this morning and the number said 293. And I think that's from, well, not I think, I know that's from lack of movement and overindulgence, just eating, 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 snacking, 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 and really not listening to my body. You know, um, I thought about what would happen if I just stopped and only ate food when I was actually just only eat when you're hungry. Genuinely, when your body's genuinely calling for food, what would happen? So that's one of the things that I've decided to try to start doing starting today. And I'll report on that tomorrow and see how it goes. Um, okay, so how I got this way. I would say in 2019, I decided to go vegan. And I've been pretty much vegan ish, 99%, 99.9% vegan since then, but not healthy vegan. I would say I've been like a starchitarian or maybe even a junkitarian, as long as there was no meat or dairy involved, or dairy for the most part, it was kind of a-okay, or that's how it's been. So I really want to move away from all processed foods and make my own foods and really um, bring in more raw food meals, start juicing and start intermittent fasting and maybe extended fasting too. Not maybe, I do want to create sort of a schedule, a dietary schedule to where I'm eating like healthy cooked vegan maybe one day, then 2 days raw food meal, then maybe 2 days smoothies only, then maybe 2 days juicing only, kind of stepping down. Um, and then 1 or 2 days water fasting, and then just kind of go back up and then back down. That's kind of what I thought. So that's the next thing that I think I want to try as far as my diet and just see what happens. Um, I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across a post. It was a doctor speaking about the state of the medical industry and the health industry today. One of the things that he said, I'm not sure who the doctor was, but it really resonated. He said that um, in ancient times, people were hunter gatherers and even farmers, but we ate food when we had access to it, and we didn't eat until we found more. And there were periods of time where the digestive system had an opportunity to rest. And when the and I know also from other research that when the digestive system is not operating in um, processing food, it the body then has the opportunity to engage in repair and restoration and rejuvenation. So, and to not be afraid of that. We weren't meant to eat. This particular doctor said, which it really made sense. We're not meant to necessarily eat 3 meals a day every day. We consume so much food for a lot of different reasons, none of which have anything to do with what the body needs. We eat for, or I said I know that I've been guilty of eating for just anxiety or boredom or because that's just what we're doing right now, not because it's something that I need to do. So, and the result is 293, you know, and along with that, um, just the inflammation, the pain in my joints. Um, I'm 54 and I don't have a diagnosis, thank God. And I hopefully don't ever want to have one, but you know, I don't want to wait for a diagnosis, So it's time to start now and to really return my body to the way it was designed to be or meant to be, even at age 54. Um, I think society has told us that we're supposed to be a certain way by a certain age, but I don't necessarily believe that. And one of the purposes of this channel is, and my journey process is to prove to myself that I can be vibrant and energetic and healthy at this age and beyond, regardless of what society says. All right. So I mentioned today that I'm going to be cutting back on the amount of food I consume and only eating when I'm hungry. And my goal is to eliminate all processed foods. Um, Yesterday, I ate a lot of processed food. I ate tater tots. I ate wheat bread with guacamole, wheat toast with guacamole. I ate trail mix. I ate chickpea salad, which that was probably the best thing, with the exception of the vegan mayo. That was probably the least processed meal that I had. Um, and I would say all of those things I consumed more than I should have, than I needed to. Um, I didn't do any physical activity yesterday. Um, let's see. I'm going down the list of things that I want to talk about each time we meet. So in my notes. So how I'm feeling, next thing is how I'm feeling mentally. I feel encouraged. I feel excited that um, I'll let you in a little secret. I'm recently retired. So I'm very excited about that. And because it's given me the time freedom to pursue some of the things that I want to pursue and to really work on this right now. Um, how I'm feeling physically. Okay. But I know that when look at my face in the mirror and when I walk around, I feel the weight of just the weight, but how I'm taxing my body with food, you know. So that's what I'm working on. Um, so the next thing is I like to say a divine download. So it's funny how I think I said in my last video that we we know things, but we don't always do them. And I have been keeping notes of ideas and thoughts that have been coming to me surrounding health for years, and I've been keeping them. I used to have a blog, and so I kept like the pages from like 10 years ago. And I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I'm still thinking about the same stuff and still struggling with the same issues, you know? So, but I think the difference or the key is to not, if you fall off, to not stay off, to stay on the path, to stay consistent, to keep moving forward, regardless of the external circumstances, to stay committed because it's a commitment to myself, you know. We hope that other people will commit to us, like friendships and relationships, but we have to make a commitment to ourselves also. So I guess that's today's divine download. Make a commitment to yourself in the same way that you hope your friends and significant partners will commit to you. Because if you're not committing to you, how can you expect someone else to make a commitment? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So okay. So I guess, wow. This is pretty good. I wasn't sure what I was gonna say, but I think this one went better than the first one. There's lots more. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And I guess I'll end with, there's a question that I always that I always ask myself. Um, there was a person that I used to follow on YouTube, and mainly YouTube, Facebook. His name is Dan McDonald. He called himself the Life Regenerator. So you might know who I'm speaking of. But one of his videos, he said, and this was a long time ago, and I never forgot it. He said, "What will you allow yourself to become? What will you allow yourself?" And the word allow, I think, is the key word in that, because we stand in our own way, so it's about getting out of our own way and allowing ourselves to move forward along that path that's been designed for us. So I'm very excited, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.